Okay, we're good. Here we are. Welcome to tonight's show where I have a special guest on. You know who's come, don't you? It's Dave Radband. Here he is. You all right, mate?
Yeah, good, mate.
You good? Listen, tonight we've got a couple of topics we want to talk about. Military Odyssey. It's on this weekend. It's Bank Holiday weekend. Is it too early to be dressing up as Hamas? Is it? I don't know. You're going to tell me. We're gonna work with you tonight, and we're going to thrash these subjects out. We're also going to talk about the Ukraine a little bit, and work out what goes on next. Who do we trust? Who's out there? Do you know how to trust, Dave? I don't know. We'll have a good chat about that.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
there's so much going on, and we've spoken to people that have been in and out of theatre and all that sort of stuff. So all that will come out. Don't forget, we're only on for half an hour, and then we go behind the wire. 16 pence a day. It's not a lot, is it? Do you know what I mean? And then your questions will be answered. All right, we promise you that. Right, okay. Let's get straight on with it. Military Odyssey. Have you ever done a Military Odyssey?
No, never. No, I didn't even know
Have
what
you
I was
done
about until we spoke about it today.
So there used to be War and Peace as well, which was similar.
Yeah, I heard of that one, yeah.
It wasn't as bonkers as Military Odyssey, but it was still fairly.
Yeah.
It was out there, and fancy dress was the order of the day. So I suppose the big question is for me: when does reenacting turn into something else? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because reenacting's reenacting. I mean, and what always makes me laugh. This would make you laugh actually if you went down to Odyssey. People will dress up as World War II paratroopers, right?
Yeah.
And they'll have all the clobber, they'll have the wings, they'll have the Denison smocks, and they'll spend a lot of money on them, right? A lot of money.
Yeah.
Okay, they'll be cutting around, but they actually get into the role of a paratrooper and start acting like din loaves. Do you know what I mean? So when they go on the piss, they have to get in a fight. Do you know what I mean? They genuinely think, I want to piss down, I want a paratrooper, I've got to get in a fight. And it is true, honestly.
Yeah, that stuff's not cheap either.
No.
Not cheap by any means.
No, not at all. No, it's expensive clobber.
Especially the German stuff.
But it's not just that. They've got the Jeeps.
Yeah.
They'll think nothing of 10, 15, 20. I mean, where they get their income from, God knows, because there'd be Jeeps. There'd be Jeep loads of them.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I see a World War II para helmet, 1942. I think that was marked at over $1,000. I'm sure it was. I see it on eBay. Well,
some of those smocks, some of those Denison smocks, original ones.
Yeah.
The newer the better. They'll go for thousands.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a guy down at Odyssey actually deals in just Denison smocks.
Yeah.
And he's got stuff way out of reach for me.
But even a remake, you're looking at a couple £100. Even a remake.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I've seen them go. It's crazy. I mean, you get the same people will go and do Arnhem, wouldn't they? Because there's a lot of reenactors at Arnhem as well, isn't there?
Yeah, there is, yeah. All sit on the DZ when you jump in.
And people don't really... Nobody would ever call a reenactor a walk, would they?
No. No, because I think it's quite nice they do it to keep it...
Keep it alive,
don't they? Yeah. It's more... I guess you kind of see it as more like a memorial thing, isn't it? Like, there are a group of guys who are called the Men of Arnhem who are reenactment.
Okay.
Like group of blokes. They got a massive tent with like med stuff in it, and they have dummies in there, like wounded. They sit outside having their bruise and that.
That's what they do.
I've seen them around a few times.
This is what they do. Well, not War and Peace anymore, but at Odyssey they'll have like, I don't know. You can only describe it as a real life diorama. Like, you know what I mean? They'll have a whole thing.
Yeah.
But now, because of the timing, you will get Camp Bastion.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And you'll have the Hesco outside.
Well, you always see it in airsofters. Airsofters are sometimes dressing up as like blokes how they dressed up on TF Black. SFSG guys, 2 guys, SB guys.
Yeah, because it was a bit of a bum fight, wasn't it? To be honest, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The TF Black guys were dressing like all sorts, weren't they? Started off with the old coffee-coloured pants, didn't it, and that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But that was all down to the Americans not recognising our camouflage, so they were putting them into stuff that the Americans would recognise.
Yeah.
And then it turned into a fashion show again, didn't it?
Yeah, and then it's just mixed.
TF Black. So TF Black was Task Force Black. What years was it, do you think? It was
2004.
It could be teams of anyone. So cop platoons could be involved in TF Black. SFFG was TF Black, wasn't they?
TF Marine.
TF Marine, okay.
Yeah, TF Black, 2-2, and then we had TF.
But it wasn't just 2-2 in TF Black, was it?
It was just 2-2.
They'd have outer cordons of green jackets, wouldn't they?
It got put into the papers when SFSG first started. Someone leaked it about TF Black and TF Maroon. So then changed it to TF Knight and TF Shield. So TF Knight was the Tier 1 element. TF Shield was the SFSG element. They had to change that. I think that was like 2006 they changed it.
But they actually wrote about it, didn't they?
Yeah.
Because an American leaked it, didn't he?
Yeah, there's a book called TF Black, isn't there? Yeah.
And the clearance on that book for me was something phenomenal because people were basically people were being interviewed at Hereford,
Yeah.
and we're just giving them the lot,
We got told not to read it.
and they put it in a book.
Yeah, they told us all on camp not to read it. So what do you do when you get told not to do something?
Don't go there, Phil. I'm like, where am I going? There.
Yeah, you're reading it. Yeah, so everyone brought it and started reading it.
So tonight we are talking about, if you've just joined us, we are talking about Odyssey at the minute, and what can you get up to at Odyssey? When is it too late or too early to dress up as whatever you want to dress up as? Because they get some bizarre things.
Yeah, so Phil, what is Odyssey for the guys that have never been?
So Odyssey is a military event. It goes on every bank holiday, August bank holiday, and they have it at the showground in what's it called? Kent, the Kent County Showground. You know, as you drive up that big hill and then drive, if you keep going, you end up in Kent, which is nice. And the basic thing of it is military reenactment, but it's got bigger than that. You have people now going as Daleks. You have people going as Space Invaders. But you also have an element of people who will go around that show dressed as Germans. All right? So this is where the press show a little bit of interest, because you'll end up invariably with somebody in his Hugo Boss long trench coat with his SS things on, his skull and crossbones, and he'll be full on giving it goose stepping and showing the correct respects as you would have done if you was a German. I mean, that, it's pretty bonkers. But if you think about it, memorabilia from the German side of the war is probably worth more than memorabilia on our side of the war.
Because it's rarer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we like lads, because they're the first ever paratroopers, so Volkswagen were the first ever paratroopers, weren't they? Like,
yeah, but they had that knife, the drop knife, and all that sort of stuff, didn't they? They
So
go for a lot of money.
So when we used to get our German wings, I mean, I got Volkswagen tattooed on my shoulders. Obviously, like 'cause we respect them. There's an element of respect there being the first ever paratroopers.
Yeah, absolutely.
And,
Well, our first paratroopers, so Winston Churchill said they had to copy him exactly. And one of the rarest knives you can buy is they'd made a drop knife, a UK drop knife, and there's not many of them about. And you can get one with a crow's foot on. I've only ever seen one, and Bruce Crompton's got it, funnily enough. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So they're rarer than rock and roll.
I think when you start dressing up as SS, I think that's a bit like, the German soldiers.
But where does it cross over? Because there are people that are sort of like getting a little bit more than just a reenactment experience out of it. Like, do you know what I mean?
I think that's like a bit.
You know, oh, love, can you just put those boots on? And is it, what are you doing? This is getting a bit strange, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I get it why the press will turn up every year to try and get that one photograph of somebody goose stepping into the main arena. Like, you know what I mean? They will get it. They will get it because every year somebody will do it. But I mean, I've been to it 2 or 3 times. It is a great thing. It does preserve history in the way that it should be preserved. But I just there's a part of me when I look at some of these people on the Saturday night thinking, what the fuck are you doing?
I was talking to someone a while back about this, about the so I went to an event years ago. I told you about the art gallery where the Luftwaffe and the Battle of Britain pilots sat down having a scoff together.
Yes.
Sat down eating together.
Yeah.
So you got an element of respect for each other. There's an element of respect there.
Respect, isn't it? Yeah.
But then in terms of us fighting, who we fought over the years, like we still have an element of respect for them, because you have to have an element of respect for them because you're fighting them.
Of course
like,
you do,
but would you sit down and have a scoff with them?
Well, it's the old, Simon Weston.
Yeah.
Went and met the pilot that banjoed the plane that he was on. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is that a bridge too far?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it respect? Is it? It's not so much even for yourself. Are you respecting your mates? Do you know what I mean? If you let that go, what do you think? People, let us know. Come on, somebody must be making comments on this by now. We've thrown you enough bones today for somebody to be making some comments on this. Surely, do you know what I mean? Come on. When is it too early to dress up as? And you will get this because they have like a Camp Bastion there, right? They'll have like a Camp Bastion, or they'll have a Helmand Province thing. They'll have geezers cutting about in the Toyotas, cut down at the back with the gun trucks and all that sort of stuff. Yeah. And they will have people dressed up as Taliban or as, whatever, Peshmerga or whatever. Yeah. There will be people there dressed up like that. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
Is that too early for people to be wandering around a show dressed up as what is effectively still is the enemy in many places? Like, do you know what I mean?
What about extremism? What about suicide bombers? Is that too far?
Well, that's another one, isn't it? Are they? That was what the enemy were. Do you know what I mean? So
I'm pretty sure I've seen.
Isn't that a security?
I'm pretty sure I've seen one of the blokes dressed up as a suicide bomber. I'm pretty sure I can remember that. It's a long time ago, but I'm sure I've seen one of the blokes. I mean, we all had dish dashes because you get them from when you go When you go,
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
so we all get a
the
dish
first time
dash.
you get to go downtown, or you send the geezer out to get you a dish dash, don't you? I've got one. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I don't cut around the house in it or anything, you know. Like,
I don't know. Weekends.
but we've all got one, you know. So
Yeah.
it's like an easy thing to dress up in, you know. It's and obviously because of the nature of the job, it's just a laugh sometimes. It's
And can you do a reenactment properly without having the enemy there as well? You can't just reenact one side, can you?
Yeah, well, that's it. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You can't go, well, yeah, we got that side, but we'll just pretend that side never happened.
Yeah.
So people will be getting hot under the collar about it. I guarantee you there'll be something in a national newspaper after this weekend, and something will get done at Odyssey. And look, Odyssey for me is a great event. I know the guy that runs it. He's a great guy. His intentions are all crystal clear. Do you know what I mean? It's all to preserve history, and I know that for a fact because I've spoken to him about it. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, he's a good guy, but I guarantee somebody will get hot on the collar. If you just joined us, we are talking about military Odyssey and when is it acceptable to start dressing up as the enemy?
But then again, how many people out there actually understand what a terrorist looks like?
No,
we can spot them. We've seen them. We know what they look like, how they dress. Yeah. But then there's like the press narrative of how they dress.
Yeah, there's like there's a stereotypical. He must have a vest on. Yeah. He must have a long beard. He must be wearing.
But it's not always like that.
Yeah, of course not. No.
So we understand how they portray themselves, how they look. Not everyone knows that. If we if there's an element of like realism in it, you're showing people what they actually look like.
Yeah, which actually be quite fucking boring, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Just an Afghan farmer. No, he's not. He's a terrorist. He's an Afghan farmer. He's a terrorist.
They look the same.
Hang on a minute. There's a recurring theme here.
He's picked it up. He's put it down.
Yeah.
He's picked it up. He's put it down.
It's bonkers, isn't it? All depends whether he's holding a pipe bomb or not. Do you know what I mean?
So where does that line cross with walting versus acting as a
See, I've had a thing on this in the past where people have put about waltz. Now waltz don't really bother me. It does not bother me one bit. What bothers me is turning up on Remembrance Sunday wearing medals that you haven't earned. And
that bothers me. That bothers me. Actually, somebody wearing a Power Is t-shirt or an SAS t-shirt. I wear a Southampton top when I go to football. I've never played for the club.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
it's just like, but you're like, that's what I mean. It's like they're only wearing a fucking t-shirt. Like
I'm supporting it. I'm showing my allegiance to
it. Like just like whatever. If they want to wear it, then you crack on, mate. Like it don't really matter. But if you turn up Remembrance Sunday and you're wearing medals that you haven't earned. With the beret,
and you're milking the the crowd,
and you're giving it, you're giving it beans about.
My back is big enough for all of you to pat.
But you start giving it beans about you've been on tours and that. That's where it's a bit different.
But you will get found out on those remembrance parades as well. Won't
you always do.
Somebody, I've seen it on the Al Blackman stuff. I've seen it on the. Somebody will turn up invariably. Yeah. There'll be something wrong, blatantly wrong. It'll be a cap badge out of place, and somebody will come up and they'll go, "Who was you with?" And they'll go, the third para.
Yeah.
What's that then, mate?
I got called out as a bolt. So Remembrance Sunday years ago, I was actually serving at the time. I was in Gloucester. I was with my ex-wife and my little girl. And my medals go Northern Ireland, Iraq, Kosovo, Afghan. Now, Kosovo shouldn't be there. Like non-Article 5 medal, because obviously we went there with us, like we said. And some bloke obviously see that they're wrong order and called me out as a wolt.
Really?
He come up to me and called me out as a wolt.
But that went down well, didn't it?
Yeah, I just told him to fuck off.
As you picked him out. Off the ground.
He's a large Walt. I'll just leave this Walt alone. Oh, dear me. It does. I mean, it does. And you do see people that are. When I see people when it's ridiculous, I mean, when they've got, there's that famous one with the bloke in a tuxedo. He hasn't got ministers.
Yeah.
He's got like a
12 medals or something.
12 medals, starting with the VC.
He's got 2 rows, hasn't he?
Yeah. But one row's only got 2 of them on. Do you know what I mean? And the next row's like it's huge. And the VC's dangling away like that.
You got a VCMC.
I don't know, hand him in to be sectioned or something. Do you know what I mean?
But there's also like uneducated, aren't they? Because everyone knows if you get a gantry award, you go into the London Gazette, you'll be. Like,
no matter what cap badge
it's easy
you
to
are.
find out if you got a gantry award.
Absolutely, it is, yeah.
Yeah,
and an MBE
I think they're just medals that look.
that
looks cool. I'm gonna get that fucking mounted. But then, I think the Remembrance Sunday. That's when you cross the line, going to a Remembrance service in medals that you haven't earned. That's where the line's crossed. In terms of wearing t-shirts or want to dress up as a Power Edge bloke, or whatever, you crack on, mate.
Yeah. Because to be fair, nobody really cuts around the street in MTP, does he? Do you know what I mean? I've never really come across that.
I can't see him.
Oh dear me! Listen, we're talking about military Odyssey and the sort of stuff that gets up people get up to there, and we'd like your comments on it if you've got some. Somebody must have sent something in by now. Surely somebody's commented on all that lot. We've been chatting away. Have we got any questions? Anything of relevance? Anybody going to military Odyssey this weekend? There must be a fair few. I mean, they'll get. I don't know how many thousands, but there'll be a few thousand.
What's quite nice as well is the effort that some people put into it as well, though.
The attention to detail, like
that's
you know
what I mean.
You get these guys have got these pinkies, and they'll come to me and they'll go, "Phil, is this the same as the pinky you would have been on?" Like, do you know what I mean? And and you go, "Well, do you remember what the hard things we didn't get hold of? Remember the choggles you used to put your water in and then put the sand on the choggles to cool the water down?
Yeah.
Those are like almost never put on there because people don't know about them.
Yeah.
And the fucking posts with the fucking the nav posts.
Yeah.
You know, with the like a fucking thing, like a mirror thing. I don't know what it's
I
called.
I forgot about those sandbag things that cool your drinks.
Choggles, yeah.
Hang them on your wing mirrors.
Yeah, hang them on the wing mirrors, yeah. You cover them in dirt. You have to get them wet as well.
Yeah.
And then you cover them in dirt and you hang them up, but it keeps the water cooler than a water
I first found out about that in the Oman in 2006.
Yeah.
They were showing us out. Mobo Troop were showing us out their beef with them.
We had them in Mauritania. We were driving across Mauritania. It was proper hot, scorching hot.
Yeah.
And you could get like water that wasn't jerry can hot. Was then anything? I mean, it wasn't sort of like cold tap day. Do you know what I mean? But it was colder than what it would have been a jerry can. Still tasted like shit because it's all purely tabbed up to the eyeballs. Like, do you know what I mean? But at least it was slightly cooler on the face. But that's the sort of things that people will miss. But what's nice is when you go to these places, people will come and ask you and go, "Look, is this how you had it? Where did you have your weapons? How did you?" Because you see people strapping weapons to play. Why would you put your weapon there, mate? Are you ever going to get that out?
Yeah.
When you're going to get to that when you need it, like, do you know what I mean? How are you going to get it off even? Do you know what I mean? You bungeed it on like fucking, take 3 people to unstrap that.
But that's what's nice about it.
Yeah.
And fair play to him for doing it.
Yeah, I mean the cost, the time and effort. And I suppose, these shows give them a platform where they can actually go off and show it off.
Yeah, and be proud of it,
And people can say, that's how it was. And it's nice it does preserve history to us.
But it's nice for us to go and see it sometimes and go, you look at it and go like, that's what we used to, what we used to dress like and what we used to wear.
Especially if you've got your kids. I'd have taken my grandkids there or something. So, that's what, and they just look at me like, go, you old git. What are you even talking about?
Foreign muskets.
So the dial-ins as well?
Yeah, look, if you want to dial in, if you get hold of us via Instagram, drop us an Instagram on our DMs. We can send you a link. You can then go and wait in the green room, and if the techie guys decide that they can get you on, they'll get you on, and they'll press a button, and you'll appear on that screen over there, and we can have a chat face to face with me and Dave. How does that sound? Come on, we're throwing it open today. We're absolutely throwing it open. We've got another 10 minutes in this side, and then we're going on the other side. So if you haven't signed up, if you haven't paid your 16 pence a day, that's all it is. 16 pence a day will get you into the other side, and we're gonna make sure that there's some questions answered, and we're gonna talk about a few other things today, like the Ukraine, and we may cross a couple of other borders as well. So let us continue the conversation by signing up, because, like I've said before, it's only with your help that we can keep this going, and that's why we do it. It's not, we need a bit of support. We don't get any government grants or anything like that to keep us going. We're not the BBC. You don't pay a license for us. Do you know what I mean? We got to self-fund this thing. Do you know what I mean? So a little bit of help gets you in. 16 pence a day. Come on. Right. Anyway.
So we've been in the studio for the day. What things we've covered off today? What have we been recording?
Right. So today we have talked about Ant Middleton becoming. What do you think about Ant Middleton wanting to be the mayor? It's a funny one. I understand where he's coming from.
Yeah.
Is he a politician? He's definitely not a politician, is he? And of course, he's like, most of us, he's got a few skeletons in the closet, which will be tipped out.
Yeah, that's what you'll be careful of, isn't it?
It will be tipped out. There's not even any if, buts, or maybes with that. Yeah. So, you need to make sure you've declared absolutely everything. I don't think it's a problem having a skeleton in your closet, but you've got to make sure that everyone knows about him first.
I think he's I think he's prepared for it. He's got to be to
I did speak to him. I spoke to him before the summer, and he said he was coming back in the summer and he was going to do some major stuff. And this is obviously all part of it. But I think Reform are not working with him anymore. I think he's doing it as an independent type thing now. So, I'm not sure where it's going. I'm trying to get him on the show. So, Ant, if you're listening, and I know you'll definitely see the podcast, 100% you'll see the podcast. Do you know what I mean? because we're asking a few questions of you, so we want you to come in and answer them, mate. That'd be good. And if any of our audience have got questions for Ant, we'll see if we can get them to Ant, and we'll get them answered for you.
And what were the other things we recorded?
What did we do today?
Oh, we looked at operations.
We did look at operations. We picked 5 operations which have helped to shape the regiment. So we looked at 5 operations. If you can guess which ones they are, stick them in the comments below at the end of the show. If you're still here and you've paid your 16 pence, I'll let you know which ones they are. Two-way this machine, isn't it? Can't have it all for nothing. But listen, which 5 operations would you pick if you went from, say, after the war? Because before the war, there were that many operations that shaped the way of the regiment. You know, the very first one, the second one, both cracking ops. You know, I can't remember what they were called, but the first operation was a complete failure. The second operation was a complete success, and then after that, it was a roller coaster. And then they started moving into and across Europe, and absolutely crazy, wasn't it? But the original guys, the sort of like throwback from the LRDG and all that sort of stuff. Still people tipping their hat to that lot now, aren't they? Do you know what I mean? Rightly so.
Yeah.
Craighead's patches, his knife was always based around the LRDG when he used to wear a scorpion on there and all that sort of stuff, which was, nice to see.
And then one of the other things we went on today, we were talking about Putin versus Trump, where the trust factor is between.
Yeah, and we are gonna carry that theme on in the second half. We are going to talk about Trump and Putin and where they go and try and allude to some of the stuff that the press doesn't give, because I don't think the mainstream media gives you the full picture when it comes to Ukraine, because there's probably a couple of things that you don't realise are going on over there. Certainly historically, and I've had this said to me before, would the Ukraine be helping us if the boot was on the other foot? Do you know what I mean? Would they? Would they really? Do you know what I mean? Because that's an interesting angle to look at that. Do you know what I mean? It's as if some people would suggest that they've only started screaming and shouting because they're in a desperate time. Do you know what I mean? So, and actually, on the other extreme of it, which we will touch on in the other side, people blatantly accusing people over there of racism as bad as ethnic cleansing and all that sort of stuff. So, there is some pretty honking undercurrents, which the mainstream media, again, won't touch, won't embark on, won't even look at. They'll just sing along with their narrative as usual. But here we don't do that. We'll talk about everything. And we're talking from people that have been there, seen it, done it. So, we know. You can't hide from us. We know, all right? We know this stuff.
One of the other analogies that came in was, would America roll over if Canada did a land grab? Would they accept that, or would they fight forever until? And would they expect Europe to go and help them, or just sit back and supply air cover?
Absolutely. Do you know what I mean? And I think, we're going to touch upon this, but, it's our back garden. And historically, over the last sort of like however many years of conflict, some of the Europeans have been a little bit at the back of the queue when it came to sending blokes into the field. Do you know what I mean? Even those who sent them into theatre, sometimes they weren't allowed out of camp, sometimes they weren't engaged in kinetic operations. So the Americans have got to be looking at it going, hang on a minute, all right, we understand that, a lot of that was, was a collective. This is your fucking problem. Do you know what I mean? This is your deal now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So why would you expect us to put boots on the ground when you're sat meters from where it's happening and not doing nothing? So I think there's a lot of sort of like, you look at it sometimes and go, well, fair one, actually. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, if something kicked off, I don't really think we'd need the Americans, to be honest.
No, I don't think we would. And that's the other thing. We've got millions of soldiers here. We've got millions of people. Do you know what I mean? And, the Russia's not the strongest as it could be. All right, proven, and I don't want to sort of dampen the efforts of Ukraine, but they've been holding that line quite well, haven't they? Do you know what I mean? In fact, more than well.
Yeah.
And their innovative thinking and the way they've used drones and the way they've sort of like set themselves out on the battlefield and the way they've lined things up has been extremely fucking clever. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they have been an underdog in that, and they have held it extremely well. Do you know what I mean? So, add to that now, a force peacekeeping or whatever it is you want to call it. Russians have got to fucking turn around. They've got to go home at some stage, haven't they? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just think that for proper peace to happen, there's going to have to be concessions somewhere from somebody with this Donbass issue, because it's going to be an issue. Well, it's an issue to the Ukrainians. It's to the Ukrainians because they've lost so many lives trying to defend it.
Yeah.
And it's obviously an issue to the fucking Russians, or they wouldn't have gone in there in the first place.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty crazy thing. But we'll cover more of that off behind enemy lines when we get deep in the trenches after the half hour, after the bottom of the hour. And also we're going to be continuing a little bit of theme with Military Odyssey. I wish I was going this weekend. I can't this weekend. I'm already booked out on something else. But I would show my face there, because it is It's a great show.
Do you do any like speeches there or anything? Or, like,
Do you know what I
talks or
did do? But yeah.
Do you dress as Hamas or something?
I do. I sometimes. Yeah.
Give it a speech.
Ich bin ilmi Allah. Yeah. No, I have done actually. I've done a commentary. So they had the year before last. They had a couple of pinkies driving around, and I spoke about some of the stuff that they'd been on, why they were painted pink, desert operations, and pointed out a few of the finer details on the trucks as they went round. And, you know, if you go and have a chance to have a look at this, that and the other. So, yeah, I did get involved. I did get on the mic. Nice. You can't stop me. I'm like a fucking karaoke king. Yeah. And someone puts a mic in front of me.
That's why I
asked. You know me too well. You know me too well. Right. It's getting near that time. We are going to be cutting off here very soon, and we're going to be flipping over to the other side as soon as our techies can get us over there. Like I say, don't forget we're going to go a bit harsher, a little bit deeper, and a little bit more rough and ready on the other side, where you can
remind everybody on how they find the other side.
If you want to find the other side, you can sign up, pay your 16 pence a day. You can subscribe on here. So look for the part where it says, what does it say, Rebecca? I've caught you napping there,
Links
haven't I?
In the description.
Links in the description.
So there's a few thank yous I want to send out.
Some thank yous. Let's get the thank yous.
Yeah, loads of people online tonight. So we've got Power from Young, we've got Daz Salford, Alweir, Combat, Finn, Anna Johnson out there tonight.
Nice. Listen, if any of you are paid up members of the other side, and you want to come into the interest room here and have a chat with me and Dave, like I say, send your stuff on, and we'll get you a link sent, and we'll get you in here. And we'll have a chat with you. Yeah,
Wendy's sending a little reminder to you, Phil, that you've had some of the best. I'm not sure if this is a question or if it's a statement. You have, Phil, had some of the best times at reenactment events.
I have, yeah. They are. Good laugh. We've had some great piss ups, I'm going to tell you. In fact, it started off with one we went to years ago, and I went with one next door neighbour, right? And I can't remember where it was, but it was a military come cowboy show. And this neighbour of mine, he's as square as square. He's proper, like, do you know what I mean? I've never seen this. Anyway, it turns out, he says, we're meeting down at this bar at 6 o'clock to go out. He turned up, fucking great boots, Stetson, and a fucking great big 6-shooter on his side. I'm like looking at him going, oh my fucking God, look at you. So Sean, if you're listening, get yourself...
He's taking a sidearm out on the piss.
Fuck, mate, honestly, it was about that big fucking great, like, 6.57 Magnum or something like, do you know what I mean? It was 3.57 Magnum, it was huge. Walking around town, he even had it angled off, like, do you know what I mean? He struck his great big cowboy boots on like that. It just wasn't the bloke. Wasn't the bloke I thought would do that, like, do you know what I mean? And he was in roll as well, like, do you know what I mean? Chewing tobacco and that. Brilliant. No, they are good. They are great events. I mean, if you're in Kent this weekend, fire yourself along, honestly, because they're a good laugh, and you can make your own mind up. Sounds then, good. Can't you?
Sounds good, to be fair.
Touch on the military trade show. We're going to be at DCSI.
Right, so we're at DCSI this year, which is the military trade show, which is the big one. There's everything from drones to tanks to helicopters. There'll be serving soldiers there. There'll be ex-soldiers. We're there with GTAC. There'll be all sorts of stuff going on. Dark Prism are going to be with us as well. So we're going to be looking at some night capabilities. We're going to be doing some really cool stuff. We will have some proper equipment on our stand. I mean, proper equipment. You know, this stuff goes into the millions of pounds. So that's going to be a really cool thing. If you're there, if you've paid your memberships and all that sort of stuff, and if you're representing the company, please come and see us. Force Media will be taking on some of the media capability, and we're going to be filming a lot of stuff there, doing some interviews, looking at kit, etc., and representing GTAC as well. So, yeah, we've got a few bits and pieces going on. It's going to be a great show. If you know, though, because it's not a sort of like widely open show, but you can get tickets if you apply and you know the right people to apply from. So, yeah, if you want to go, because it's a great thing. And if you are serving, I do believe you can get in there for nothing. So you'll have to find out what the procedure is. But you have to wear full rig, yeah. So you've got to go. It's to keep you at the pub, otherwise you'll have a sports afternoon, because I fucking know what you like, all right?
And you need your mod 90 for all
look, yeah. Oh, look, a tank. Sports afternoon. In London, paid for. I mean, come on, it's good work, but you can get it in it, do you know what I mean?
Could possibly go
Right, we are going to switch this side off. So listen, thanks for listening, and if you're going across the other side, thanks for coming over. I'll see you in a minute. I'm going to go and get myself a glass of water.